She is currently starring in Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple. Help me welcome Sarah's great friend, Amanda Peet, to the stage.
Tell me if my boobs stick out. This is from Pedro Pascal, who has known Paulson almost as long as Gallo. This is what he wrote, Bird. Missing this makes it too hard to find words. I can thank you both for my ridiculous fortune. Two birds grabbing sticks I never knew were for me, and anyone in your heart. To Sarah, I'll just say there is no me without you. Without you, I wouldn't believe in moon or sun or sky. You are the opening in the road. You are the decorated forest, and most importantly, you're my friend, and I'm yours eternally. I'm so fucking proud of you. More, I love you more, period. All the way up until I was 27, I thought I was a good mimic. But then I met Sarah. She can do anyone, not just iconic people like Julia Roberts, Holly Hunter, Joy Behar, and Joan Rivers, also Meryl Streep as Karen Silkwood, and Meryl Streep as Karen Silkwood imitating Karen Silkwood's mom. Karen, I've been thinking about your nails. Sarah also does Sally Field's I Want to Know Why cancer speech in Steel Magnolias better than Sally Field, and Edith and Edie in Grey Gardens better than Edith and Edie. But it's not just famous people, it's people she barely knows. Strangers she secretly films on her cell phone on the subway. Waiters, salespeople, politicians, you name it, no one is safe. Her ear, except for when she sings, is remarkable. When she sings, things get dicey, otherwise she'd be an EGOT by now. She can imitate the exact way someone speaks, the precise inflection, lilt, rhythm, pitch, and lisp if there is one. She can also pinpoint the way a person gesticulates and walks. Sometimes when I'm upset and need to talk to her, I know that all she's really doing is looking at the chin quiver thing that I inherited from my mom. She's constantly taking a meticulous inventory of how we behave and what we look like when we're in various states of emotion. It's the acting version of Nora Ephron's Everything is Copy, and it's one of the reasons she's a virtuoso and an icon. I met Sarah in the Jack and Jill makeup trailer on the Warner Brothers lot when I was 27 and she was 24. I hope I got our ages right because it's been a bone of contention in our relationship when I try to shorten how much older I am. Within minutes, I was on the floor peeing in my pants, and we became notorious for having uncontrollable laughing jags. The more annoyed people became, the funnier we thought it was, especially when the cameras were rolling. When we tried to shoot our meet cute for the Jack and Jill pilot, in which we bump into each other outside the office elevator, she was supposed to say, "Elisa Cronkite, no relation," but we lost it. Come on. Needless to say, we brought production to a grinding halt for what would be the first in many, many times. Keep it together. In the years after Jack and Jill, Sarah garnered raves for 9 million other TV shows. Seriously, her IMDb credits are the length of War and Peace, including in no order Game Change, Mrs. America, The Bear, and Studio 60, for which she received her first Emmy nomination. I rewatched some of her scenes with Matthew Perry over the weekend, and their witty repartee rivals that in any Tracy Hepburn movie. Sarah also played a God-fearing Christian in Mrs. America, and her episode Houston is a gem of a movie all unto itself. She begins the story as a devout trad wife in curlers who's afraid to be away from her husband's side, and ends up high off her gourd, sprawled on the floor of an ERA convention party, shoveling food and singing along to This Is Your Land, tentatively at first, but then belting it out in all her tone-deaf glory, without even knowing it's a women's lib anthem. It's one of the funniest, most nerdy, and heartbreaking performances I've ever seen. In the last decade or so, Sarah starred in the movies 12 Years a Slave, The Goldfinch, for which she tanned against the wishes of her friends and family and doctors, in case anyone wants to know how dedicated she is to her craft, Carol and Martha Macy May Marlene, to name a few. People began to take notice of what a brilliant chameleon she is, but it was her collaboration with Ryan Murphy that changed her life and resulted in her two most groundbreaking performances. Because of Ryan, the whole world finally found out what Sarah was capable of. In The People vs. O.J., she was able to capture with profound sensitivity and without a single false note all the fragments of Marcia Clark's personality: the incredibly smart, seasoned trial junkie, the adoring single mom, the harried divorcee duking it out with her ex in court before work, the vulnerable middle-aged woman crushing on Darden. As Linda Tripp, Sarah was nothing short of astounding. Bird, I was and continue to be awestruck by this performance. I can't think of anyone who transformed themselves as bravely and as completely, and who was still able to be 100% authentic. Maybe Daniel Day-Lewis and My Left Foot, maybe. Sarah and Ryan made a shot of a woman waiting in front of a lone baked potato in a microwave. Poignant. But it's impossible to pick which moments are the most mind-blowing. You're barely there, hair flip as you turn on your heels away from Isikoff after telling him he's barking up the wrong tree. The first time you Cyrano a letter to Clinton for Monica, suggesting she felt disposable and then adjusting your glasses just so. I could go on and on. People on Jack and Jill didn't think our friendship would stand the test of time. We were inseparable from that first day, so it's understandable they assumed it would be a case of too much too soon. But since at this point we're old, I'm way older, and I'm standing here, and I'm still your shotgun writer. They were dead wrong. As your shotgun writer, I'll always be here to remind you, not just today, but for the rest of your life, until the big dirt nap, you did it. The little girl from Tampa with magazine cutouts of stars on her wall became a star herself. The kind of star, and they're few and far between, who got here because of pure skill, work ethic, and grace as a human being. And that, my sweet bird, is a fact. And from this day forth, it's set in stone.